Morning students. In vector we will study some new things today. First we will study about division formula. Division law. What is division law? Look at. Suppose we have A as any point and suppose this is a B is any other point and it is O is the origin point. Suppose the position vector of A is A and position vector of B is B. You know, position vector is always given with respect to origin point. So OA is A, OB is B. Suppose there is any point C between AB which divides AB internally in some ratio m is to n. So we want to find the position vector of C. We want to find the position vector of C. This is division law. You know, division law. So we saw many times, even in class 10th we saw division formula where it actually was coordinate focused. You know, A was given as a coordinate, B was given as a coordinate. So find the coordinate of C which divides AB internally in m is to n. This time we focus on position vector. Only the difference, that time we use coordinate language, this time we use position vector instead of coordinate. Okay, so we will we have a OA is equal to A, OB is equal to B. We want to find OC. What is vector OC? So look at the situation. I tell you one thing. Can you see? AC upon CB is equal to m is to n. AC upon CB is equal to m is to n. So AC equal to m upon n CB. I didn't use here the vector because they are in mod. You know, distance AC, m upon n, distance CB. One thing I want to use, can you see, if I use a vector, it is still not wrong. Why? Because whenever the equal to sign between two vectors, it means these two are parallel vector. But C is a common point, so there will be collinear. Can you see collinear? And if I make a same direction, so I would say that AC is some times of CB. AC is some times of CB in case that direction of AC and direction of CB will be same. So direction of AC and direction of CB will be same. So you know that this was in mod and I used the vector on that. So the meaning is not changed. Now, what is the meaning of AC? If you remember yesterday's concept in the last I taught you, whenever any vector is given, you can represent this vector with respect to the origin point. How it was? You know, AC is equal to position vector of C minus position vector of A. I taught you yesterday. You can please recall and see the last video. You can understand it. So AC will be position vector of C minus position vector of A is equal to m upon n. This again CB is equal to position vector of B minus position vector of C. We want to find position vector of C OC. Now I will transfer n here, n OC, n OA, m multiply to m, m OB, m OC. Do transfer m OC here. So n OC plus m OC vector m OB plus n OA. I did transfer this n OA their side. Now I will take out common OC. So m plus n remaining OC. Here it is same, m vector OB and vector OA upon, this is the term. Now next is you want to find OC. So this will be m OB plus n OA upon m plus n. So at the last, whatever you obtain, this is none else but it is position vector of C. This all was the derivation. You need not do this. So I try to catch the concept directly, that whenever the position vector of A and B is given and C is a point internal to AB which is dividing internally to AB in m is to n ratio, then OC position vector of C is given by m into position vector of B and into position vector of A upon m plus n. That's a simple thing. Now remember this is nothing hard. One more thing I want to tell you right here. Look at the situation. Suppose it is A and it is B and C is a midpoint. And this time same thing or same thing. This is A, this is B. Position vector of A is A, position vector of B is B. You want to find position vector of C, where C is a midpoint. So when C is a midpoint, there is no meaning of M and N because both are equal. So in this formula, you put M equal to N. So put M equal to N because it is a midpoint. So this OC will be, position vector of C will be MOB plus MOA upon M plus N. I change all N in the form of M. So M common, we have OA plus OB upon M and N 2M. So M and N cancel. You have a so simple formula. So then this is very useful formula. So whenever this formula, can you read the formula? OC equal to OA plus OB upon 2. This is very simple thing. I don't think it's a trouble. It's a trouble. Very simple. Small a and small b, I am not taking that. This will, when it will be given, we will put the value. This time only with the extreme point A and B, I use a formula. This is very simple formula. You know, when M is to N is given, this formula is that. When the midpoint is given, the formula is OA plus OB upon 2 will be the position vector of midpoint. This is a simple formula. Now the next is external division. External division, what it says, it is A, it is B, and this time it is C. You know, OA is given A, OB is given B, and you need to find out OC. When C is outside of AB and this C is dividing AB in M is to N. M is to N, meaning AC is to BC is equal to M is to N. This is called external division when C is outside. So formula will be same. But only you will change the symbol, internal symbol by minus sign. You know, MOB minus MOA upon M minus N. This is a formula for external division. This is formula for internal division, and midpoint formula was simple, which was independent of M and N. Okay. So this two formula, remember this important one. I want to put one example for you from the book. Can you see? We have a question number 11. Example 11. Consider 2 points P and Q with position vector OP. Position vector of P is OP, like that. Position vector of Q is like that. Find the position vector of point R which divides line segment PQ internally 2:1 and externally 2:1. Okay. So we want to find position vector of the point which divides PQ, first question internally 2:1. So how I'll start the solution? This is my P, this is my Q, this is point R, this is 2:1, this is O. OP is given, OQ is given, and we want to find the position vector of R. So same, all situations very simple. Internal division is given here, 2:1 is given here, which is M:2N. OP and OQ are position vector already given. So we'll go with the formula. By internal division law, we have a position vector. Last time when I told you concept, it was C, A and B. This time P, Q, R. So OR equal to what formula I used? M. I am not writing M and N. This is very simple. 2 into position vector of Q, 1 into position vector of P upon M plus N. Okay, 2 into position vector of Q plus N into position vector of P upon M plus N. 2 plus 1. So this is none else but it is a position vector of R. 2 OQ meaning position vector of Q meaning A plus B. 1 need not write. OP is equal to 3A minus 2B. upon 3. So OR equal to 2A plus 2B plus 3A minus 2B upon 3. So OR equal to 2A plus 3A 5A minus these two will cancel fortunately. So only this is the position vector of R. But this is very simple. You know, in question number 2 we are also told here external division. So I just want to suggest you something. In case of external division, don't make picture. Picture was looking good when internal division was there. But in case of external division, you don't do this. Please don't make picture. You please write the formula directly and go with here. It is minus and it is minus. And solve till end. Because in external division, you know that what to do. We just use the formula with minus sign and go on. So I am not doing afterward because it is so simple calculation, one can easily find the answer. Okay. So this is the example number 11 with the division formula. I tried my level best to teach you this. Please do the practice. Now, I will tell you question number. We have question example number 11. Example number 11. I want to say something. I have taught you something. Suppose A equal to 2I plus 2J minus K. What is mod A? So hope you haven't forgot this one. Mod A can be defined simply that it is 2 square and minus 1 square. This is a mod A. You know, whenever in I, J and K any vector is given, we can find out its mod easily. So based on the same thing, we have a question. Can you see the question? Example number 12 I am telling you. I have yet to tell you one important concept which is still remaining of this exercise. First look the example 12, then I will tell you the rest concept. Question is, show that points A B and C. These are vertex of, show that A, B, C are vertex of right angle triangle. This is the question. Let me explain something. Students, I want to familiar to you about the language. When A in bracket it is given, meaning this is a position vector of A. And if you talk about A now, this is point actually 2, comma, minus 1, comma, 1. And what is 2I minus J plus K? This is the position vector of A with respect to O actually. And where is O? O is any origin point which need not represent, which need not show, which need not display there. So students, whenever in I, J and K any point is given, it is actually its position vector, but according to the coordinate it is a 2 minus 1 1. About B, student, I want to speak one more thing. This question can come like that. Prove that or show that A, B and C are vertex of right angle triangle. What you have got the difference between these two questions? This was question given in geometric form, and this is given in vector form. But both are same. If I find the position vector of A, I will write 2I minus J plus K. What is position vector of B? 1I minus 3J minus 5K, which is same. So I'm right now thinking that you are getting it because it's so simple. Now let me explain something about a very good concept. We want to show ABC is a right angle triangle. What is a right angle triangle? You know it. I suppose it is A, it is B, it is C. I am not sure that the point where I plot it is correct or not, because A may be here, B may be here, C may be here. But okay, I plot initially. So how we can show it is right angle triangle? We will use a Pythagoras theorem. And we have one more thing, the one angle is 90 degree. But the concept of angle I have yet to teach you, so that I am going on only Pythagoras theorem, which says the square of one side is equal to sum of square of other two sides. So okay, I will find here the all three side length. Again I say that I am not sure AB is here, AB may be here, BC may be here, something like that. So first of all I will find all three vector AB, BC and CA, then I will find its distance. So what is the length of AB, what is the length of BC and what is the length of AC, and then I can use a Pythagoras theorem. Look at, I tell you. Solution. I take by definition of position vector, I first find AB. Because I want to find the distance AB, before it I have to find the vector AB. So what is AB? You remember yesterday's concept. Do you remember? This is first point I took yesterday, x1, y1, z1. And second point I took x2, y2, z2. And I taught you the vector AB joining 2 points was a simple formula. What formula that? x2 minus x1 I, y2 minus y1 j, z2 minus z1 k. That was the formula I taught you. So look at here. I'll use same. This is AB. So position vector of B minus, few things I have to share with you. When coordinates are given, then x2 minus x1 I, y2 minus y1 j, z2 minus z1 k successfully implemented. But it is not a coordinate, it is vector. So okay, go with the definition of position vector. What is the meaning of AB? Position vector of B minus position vector of A. Same thing it is. This can be done when coordinates were given, but it is not coordinate, so that it is a bit tough to take the situation easily. So we have lots of things. It was not coordinate, it is IJK form. So that I am using AB equal to, we have a thing, position vector of B minus position vector of A. You can write OB minus OA, no matter at all. So what is OB? This is. What is OA? This is. What is OC? This is. Now position vector of B is I minus 3j minus 5k. Position vector of A is 2I minus j plus k. Now I minus 2I minus I minus 3I plus j minus 2j minus 5k minus k minus 6k. This is my AB. I'll find mod 1 square minus 1 square minus 2 square minus 6 square. What we have AB equal to? This is 1, 4, 36, which is 41. So what is AB square equal to 41? Why I found AB square? Because in Pythagoras theorem we need square of all the sides. So that I took AB square. Now I'll go with BC. This was AB. Position vector of C minus position vector of B. Do directly now. Position vector of C minus position vector of B. I'm doing directly. 3A minus I, 3A minus I, 2I. Minus 4j plus 3j will be minus j. And minus 4k plus 5k, which is a plus k. Now this is BC. Now can you say mod BC is what? 4, 1 and 1. 4 minus 1 square is 1 and 1 square is 1, meaning 6. So what is BC? Meaning BC equal to 6 and BC square equal to 6. Only last remaining. Similarly, what? AB, BC, CA. CA, AC, you can find anything. Position vector of C, position vector of A. You also can write OC minus OA. Acceptable. So what is position vector of C and position vector of A? 3A minus 2I is 1I. Minus 4j plus j is a minus 3j. Minus 4k minus k is a minus 5k. So this is my AC. So what is the mod AC? 1 square 1 minus 3 square 9 minus 5 square 25. This is 35. So if you will write AC equal to 35, what is the square of AC? 35. You try to understand that these two have the same meaning. I taught everything in previous two lectures. These two are 7. So AC square equal to this one. Now final touch we have to give. AC square plus BC square is 35 plus 6 equal to 41. What? Since AC square plus BC square equal to AB square. It means that it is following what? Pythagoras theorem, where AB is hypotenuse. So which is PGT? Which is PGT? So A, B, C are vertex of right angle triangle. This is a simple concept. I did try to tell you. Whenever we concern about the distance, first of all find the vector and get answer. So hope you are getting it. Hope you are getting it. Now let me tell you the new concept and concept of the day. Before starting this, I just want to share with you that this concept will carry in class 12th also. Class 12, sorry, in this further the class 12th also. Further to class 12th also. So you please try to understand, this is a very important thing I am telling you. So students will study here direction, cosines of vector, or you can say line. So this time I will teach you the mixed concept, geometry and vector mixed concept. So okay, don't get confused. I will tell you each and everything properly. This is a new word I am telling you, direction, cosine of the line or vector. Anything may be there. So okay, let me speak something what actually we will study. These three are axes. These three are axes, and let me something tell you. This x-axis is actually not here. This axis is right here only. Just wait. Excuse me. Yeah, students, I made this picture for you, and you know that this is known as what it is, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. You know it very well that this line is actually not here. This is the x-axis, which is vertical actually, like that. And this concept already I have taught you in class 11th. This is x, this is y, and this is z. Now this is a concept, direction, cosine of a line. So this is my line. Initially I am telling you this is my line. This is my x-axis, and x-axis is here. And this is my line, and look at the line for instant, and for intentionally I took the line right here. It's passing from origin point. Can you see? This is the line which is passing from the origin point, and we'll see that this line is making angle with the x-axis, angle with the y-axis, angle with the z-axis. You know, some angle this line is making with the x-axis, this line is making with the y-axis, this line is making with the z-axis. This is the thing. Now we focus on these three angles. These angles called alpha, beta, gamma respectively. This angle called alpha, this angle called beta, and this angle called gamma. And you know, we have a direction. This is called a positive direction. Why? Because you know this x-axis is right here, upside towards my side, but just behind the board it is also x-axis. One more thing I have to tell you, this is y-axis, but you can appear, but this is not and this is also y-axis, negative y-axis. This is also negative z-axis. Same as it is your x-axis I taught you, OX, and OX dash is behind the board, which I cannot make. So I tell you one thing, that this line is making angle with positive direction of x-axis, positive direction of y-axis, and positive direction of z-axis. So three angle we will focus on that. These angle called alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay. Now keep remember the thing which I have right now taught you, that alpha, beta, gamma. So okay, right now you understand that I cannot make x like here. I cannot make my x-axis right here like that. I cannot draw. It will not appear, so that I have drawn my x-axis conveniently on the board like that. So keep remember, angle between x and y and z and z and x are 90 degree. The thing is simple. Now I right now taught you about this line. This was a line which is actually making three angles with x-axis, y-axis, z-axis in positive direction. So suppose I am making line like that. This is my line. Line and vector are almost same. If I put like that and if I put O and A, this is gonna be vector. This is gonna be vector. So I am not making vector right now, and geometric form I am telling you this is my line. This is my line without any direction or any vector concept I am telling you. Now students, right now I taught you this line is making the angle positive direction. The angle with the positive direction of x is called alpha. So right here I will make it as alpha. This looks very awkward, but it is correct. And this is a beta and this is gamma. Now these three angles we have to focus. So student, again I tell you that these angles are, these three positive direction of axis, and with them the line is making alpha, beta and gamma angles. Okay, so what is direction cosine? So look at here, the concept is direction cosines of any line will be, when if a line making angles alpha, beta and gamma with positive direction of of x, y and z axis. If a line making angle alpha, beta, gamma with positive direction of x and y and z axis, then direction cosines, shortly called d cosines of line will be are given by cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. These three are number: cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Along with cos, these alpha, beta, gamma gives direction cosines of line. This cos alpha is called L, this cos beta called M shortly, and this is L. Now if you know alpha, beta, gamma, you can find L, M and N of the line. Same you can say about direction cosine of vector. The same thing will be that I define if a vector making angle like that. This is nothing special, but according to line I am teaching you. You don't worry about this. So students, I hope you have got till here. Now let me explain quickly one more thing right here. Let me rub this is a portion alpha, beta, gamma you have seen, element, and short I will tell you again. Look at, very quick I will tell you again. This is my picture. Y, X, Z, and this was the line. Oh, suppose it is P. And suppose P have a coordinate x, y, z. Let me speak something. This line is making angle beta with the y-axis, alpha with the x-axis and gamma with the z-axis. Those I am not telling, I am not making, because I already explained. You know about L equal to cos alpha, M equal to cos beta and N equal to cos gamma. These are direction cosines of line. And alpha, beta, gamma, these are the angle made by the vector or line with the all axis, x, y, z axis. No, what I am telling you now, you only draw, in a geometry, in two-dimensional geometry, when there is any point at p, x, y, when we draw the perpendicular on the x-axis, this is x. When you draw the perpendicular on the y-axis, this is y. This is a very simple thing. Same I am doing here in three-dimensional geometry. If I draw the perpendicular on the y-axis, a little bit slant I have drawn because it is a three-dimensional geometry. Suppose it is m. So this distance will be called definitely y. On the y-axis. If I do on the z-axis, it will be z. If I do drawn perpendicular on the x-axis, it will be x. But the easiest was there, like that. Okay. Now this is perpendicular. Suppose this distance is r, small r. Okay. Now what I am telling you, use in this particular right angle triangle OMP, use cos beta. You know it. Cos beta, acute angle is beta. cos beta base upon hypotenuse, y upon r, y upon r. So r cos beta is equal to y you got. Can you tell me similarly what can be obtained when we draw on the z axis? Same will be, you know that it is r cos beta equal to y. Similarly we can obtain r cos alpha is equal to x and r cos gamma is equal to z. Look at, I tell you, this was drawn on the y axis, so I obtained this one. If I draw on the z axis, I'll get this one. If I will draw on the x axis, I will get this one. So I don't think it's a tough one. R cos beta equal to y, same as r cos alpha equal to x and r cos gamma equal to z, will get it. Now next thing what I'm telling you, look at, by distance formula, in class 11th you read about the three-dimensional geometry distance formula, which is very simple. x1, y1, z1 is the first point, x2, y2, z2 second point. So distance is a root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. So this was the formula, student. Now, can you catch r cos beta equal to y, r cos alpha equal to x and r cos gamma equal to z? It is so. Now one can move little bit more. R cos beta equal to m. So you can write m into r equal to y. You know, m into r. What about here? Cos alpha is equal to L. So LR equal to x. And what about here? R cos gamma is equal to n. So NR equal to z. Simple thing we have got. Now what I'm telling you, can you go with the distance formula? By distance formula, can you find the value distance between OP? So this is O, which is origin point, and this is P. So can you find the distance formula? Yes, it is very easy. x2 minus x1 square, y2 minus y1 square, and z2 minus z1 square, meaning x squared, y squared, and z squared. And this is none else but it is r. It is r. We gave it the name, you know, r. Squaring both sides will give you this one. Now put to the value of x, y, z. Put values of x, y, z. What will get? X square meaning L square, R square. Y square meaning M square, R square, and Z square meaning N square, R square. Can you take out R square common? L square, M square, N square. Both cancel. So L square plus M square plus N square, we got 1. This is one of the phenomenal formula, very great formula. Please try to understand about this formula.